What we got here is what's left of picking 5, someplace in there. And then picking 6, I'm stacking over there. You can see they're not as ripe as the other ones are. And I'm taking them out of the bag here. There's like 100 million more tomatoes out in the plants, so we're making a ton of sauce here. And they just keep coming. I like to line them up and get them ripe. We'll put the paper back on top of them, let the ethylene gas do its trick. And these are going to the crock pot tomorrow. More than likely this pile here. So, and some other ones over there in the bag that are still doing their thing. So yeah, the tomatoes and the sauce is coming along awesome. We just picked a mess of cucumbers the wife did today. And we're doing pickles. It's my great-granddaughter's Kenley 2-year-old artwork. Why wouldn't it be? These are the tomatoes we've been picking. And they're going to be ready for sauce in a day. I got them laid out here to where he's going to ripen with ethylene gases once I cover them back up. And this stage here is almost pure ripe, ready to go right into the crock pot. And we move down here, I got some unripened, totally unripened. And as we come this way, these are the cherry tomatoes. And they're mainly ripened. We eat those by hand with a salt shaker. And we put a lot of them right into the sauce also before they go bad. We're not going to let them go bad. There's a lot of them growing out there. So yeah, they're growing like crazy. This is the 5th batch of sauce, I think. I lost count. I put up a video. Maybe I didn't put up a video. I lost count of that also. And even behind me, we picked a ton of cucumbers here at the vineyard. Oh, that's not a ton, but the wife has made a lot of pickles already over here. And we've eaten a jar or two already too, with some grilled cheese sandwiches and whatnot, and roast beef sandwiches. I don't know if that showed up on that last video there with the roast beef, but we got another, I don't know, 15 or 16 cucumbers. Gonna turn them into pickles here. It's a little labor intensive, but boy, the homegrown stuff is so good when you make it, and you got a award-winning cook for a wife. Well, this is an update. We did some more tomatoes. The wife just put another gallon. Only one.
1 gallon of sauce.
1 gallon from the crock pot. I have another mess of tomatoes on the table under the bag, under my granddaughter's drawing over there. They're ripening, and then I got to pick some more outside. But in the meantime, we picked 38, or almost 40, I think, cucumbers, and they're coming in like crazy now. And the wife turned them into 25 jars of lovely pickles. And boy, let me tell you, these are delicious. She makes an awesome pickle here. We just got to find a place to put all these now because there's so many of them. You got some sliced, diced, mainly diced. Then I tried an experiment, put some cherry tomatoes in the same brine to see what happens. And we found this one later on underneath the bush, that there's so many coming in, they're camouflaged themselves. We'll turn this one into seeds for next year. We'll grow more cucumbers. She's looking at me funny now, like, don't you dare. I said this time we'll put in maybe 4 plants instead of 40. There might have been more than 40 because I call it a forest approach. I took the cucumbers that grew in the things and I stuck them all in the ground at once. Some of them have 14 plants coming out. The one on the deck has 8. I got cucumbers coming out my ears, so we'll be giving away pickles and eating pickles for quite some time. Why wouldn't I? I don't know why, but I do. Alright, these tomatoes here were like from batch 5 or 6 pickings or whatever. And we just brought these in here from my hand over to the right here. And you can tell some of these ain't ripe all the way. What we do is sort them, but most of these will be going in the crock pot again pretty soon. We get a lot of tomatoes, that's for sure. And some good sized ones too once they ripen up. So, and in this bag, like I said, I got a ton of cherry tomatoes in there. So these will be going in the crock pot probably tomorrow, that they've turned color enough to, this batch right here anyway. You can see are red enough to do that. And these here ones ain't ready, so they will be though. And we got some more cucumbers. We had 38 of them already. So 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So that's about 50 of them. We just gave away a couple jars of pickles, and we're making more. There's a whole crate of them over there. Why wouldn't there be? My daughter just brought us a whole box of ball jars to help facilitate the canning of such. So on with the tomatoes. Okay, most of the tomatoes that were here and were in the bag are now cooking down in sauce. So most of the tomatoes around the table are now in here cooking down in sauce. So we got that batch on the table yet. And lots more outside to do. So we just keep chugging at it here. We just keep punching at it and punching at it till we're done. Till there's no more growing. So probably a couple more days we'll do some more picking. Okay, I had these covered up here. I think this is batch picking. I don't know. I forgot. But I know it's batch number something. I forgot that too. So I'm getting them all ready. I'm going to put them in the strainer here. And we're going to rinse them, get them in the crock pot that's right in front of me. Excuse the mess in here because it's canning season and gardening season. I got stuff laying all over. I got oregano in this jar. I'm going to dump something. I got, man, all kinds of stuff. Pickles, and I forget what this one is. We save chives and peppers. We're no homesteaders, but we do like to make our own sauce. So let's get to it and get these rinsed, get them on, and cook them on down. It's so easy to do with the blenders and whatnot. With the system I use, it's so easy. I don't peel them, I don't cut them, I don't do none of that stuff. Just throw the skin out later with a press them out in a basket or a strainer. So on with this, I got to rinse these and get them started. All right, that batch on the table that was in the previous frames, they were sitting there ripening, were transferred. The one you just saw into the crock pot here. Oh boy. And what I want to do is just cut these up a little bit and let the juices start flowing out of there. And we're going to do a little different this time. Drain some of the other juices. But I got more tomatoes that I need to fit in here. So you just do a quick little, guess I should use a bigger knife. So it slices on the way down. That works. So yeah, just mush them up a little bit more. So there's going to be room for these other ones here. Not a problem. Alright. And we'll dump these other ones in here. And that takes care of the batch that was on the table there. Picking number, oh, I don't even know, 8 or 10. We've been picking them and letting them ripen right there on the table under the brown bags and stuff. And my granddaughter's painting. So yeah, we'll let this cook down for a couple hours. Maybe we'll suck up some of the juice for another project. And it'll go into the bags and into the freezer if we have any room. We have 6 pounds, yeah, or 6 gallons of sauce down there now. This will make another gallon at least, so that'll be 7 gallons of sauce. And we just had some here. So there we go. We had this in some of the sauce from the freezer or the fridge, and we made a little sketty for lunch. Why wouldn't we? And that's what's left over there. All the hamburgers and the meat. That's the color. So we love our homemade sauce. Why wouldn't we? On with the next batch. Pickings. On with the next pickings. Because I got nothing to process right now. There's got to be 2 pickings out. So we render out all the seeds and all the skins in that. We strain it through the strainer. And this sauce in particular today is going to go into a recipe the wife makes. We'll discuss we'll discuss it as it's being put together. But I'll tell you, it takes Italian sausage, it takes cabbage. That's two of the ingredients, and it's a pretty good food. So we'll show you how that's. The wife is making
Italian cabbage soup.
It's an Italian cabbage soup with the sauce we just made. You saw us sifting it out. Right now it's about a half a gallon of sauce in there, 1 whole onion, and I'll let her take it from here. She's
Okay, 3 spoonfuls of oregano.
make sure you talk loud enough.
About a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I tasted it. We didn't put enough salt in, so another teaspoon of salt. A good teaspoon of garlic, maybe a little extra because I know how he loves garlic. And then a spoonful of onion powder, and maybe just a little more onion powder. Then we're going to stir that up real quick. Just so that's a little together. And then we'll lay our Italian sausages in. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Explain.
The 4 Italian sausages. We'll cut those up after they're cooked. A couple stalks of celery. That was 3 stalks. 3 carrots chopped. 1 red pepper. Cabbage. Main ingredient.
Main ingredient is a cabbage.
Squish it in there. Squish it in there. And then we'll take maybe a little bit of our sauce that we just made and put a little bit more over the top just to make sure there's enough juice in here. Put it on high. Oopsie, little spill, no big deal. Cover this guy.
You put the basil.
Oh, where's my basil? Now that's crazy. I have a sprig of basil to put in here.